Hello, this is Group 7, Tutorial 2. Today we will present about the supply chain operations reference. Supply chain operations reference or the SCORE model was developed by the supply chain councils to help business organizations improve their supply chains by evaluating and comparing all supply chain activities and performance. This model combines 4 techniques into one approach. 8 techniques correspond to one SCORE model section. Business process improvement leads to process section. Performance benchmarking leads to performance section. Best practice analysis leads to practice section. And organization design leads to people section. SCORE model is one powerful tool and provides many benefits to companies, such as upgrade inventory management, reduce production costs. This utilize stock management and prevent production collapse. Secondly, better information flows allow closer integration with suppliers. This enables sharing feedback, data, and risk between suppliers and companies. Finally, this improves supply force management, leads to more unified, efficient, and solid productive flow. So how do companies use SCORE model? First, they need to prepare pre-SCORE program steps. Then they set the scope for the model. After that, they configure the supply chain and then optimize the project. And finally, applying the SCORE model.
Hi, my name is Sohail. Today I'll be looking into the scope process. The process section in scope provides a set of predefined descriptions for activities most companies perform to effectively execute their supply chain. Scope, along with the metrics and all of the best practices and the people section, are hierarchical and traditionally had been decomposed to 4 levels. The first level is really focused on the major processes and the scope. The 5 macro-level scope processes, plan, source, make, deliver, and return, are well known and widely adapted in SCORE model. The second one really focuses on the strategies that you pick. Make to stock, make to order, engineer to order. The third really focuses on work and information flow. The example that you see on the slide focuses on the first 6 processes within the deliver stock product. And the last one in this level. Companies implement specific supply chain management practices to define practices in order to achieve competitive advantage and the adoption method to changing business conditions. We will look into the performance model of the SCORE by our next team member.
So now we'll talk about performance. Performance in SCORE is a critical section, a comprehensive advance towards determining, understanding, and diagnosing the supply chain process consists of 3 significant elements. These elements includes metric, performance attributes, and practice maturity. The performance attributes comprise of things like reliability, responsiveness, agility, costs, asset management, efficiency. So cost and asset management efficiency are assumed to be internal phased, while the remaining are assumed to be consumer focused. Reliability primarily focus on the probability of the result of a process. The common metrics of reliability attributes consist of a perfect quality, on time, and the right quantity. On the other hand, responsiveness evaluates the speed at which the tasks are tackled and the time the supply chain takes to deliver products to customer. The ability to adapt to macro forces as well as the ability to cope with changes in the marketplace is what is called agility. When discussing cost, we'll evaluate the material cost, labor cost, transportation, and management cost. In short, all costs incurred in operating supply chain management, while asset management efficiency denotes how efficiently the asset managements are used. Thank you.
I will be talking about practices. As supply chains continue to replace individual firms as the economic engine for creating value during the 21st century, understanding the relationship between supply chain management practice and supply chain performance becomes very important. The Supply Chain Operation Reference Score model, developed by the Supply Chain Council, provides a framework for categorizing supply chain management practices and process, which results in best-class performance for the company. However, which of these practices have most influence on supply chain performance? You can see that in our study that we have done, which investigate the relationship between supply chain management practices and the supply chain performance based on the 4 decision area provided in the SCORE model, which is plan, source, make, and deliver, and the 9 key supply chain management planning practices derived from supply chain management experts and practitioners. The results show that planning processes are important in all SCORE supply chain planning decision areas. Collaboration was found to be most important in the plan, source, and make planning decision area, while teaming was most important in supporting the plan and source planning decision areas. That's gonna be in short and in general about the practices.
And finally, the final section is people. People section in SCORE model describe all the skills required to perform all supply chain tasks and manage processes. In SCORE model, this model recognizes 5 commonly accepted competency levels. First is novice, with untrained beginner, and then secondly beginner. The third is competent, who understand all the work and can determine how to reach the goals. The fourth is proficient, can oversee all aspects of the work and can prioritize based on the situation. And the final one is expert, who can understand intuitively and apply experience pattern to new situation. This is everything about the SCORE model section.